Steve from Chasing Epic, who I do those group trips with about twice a year so far, invited me out to Sun Valley recently. Just about 3 weeks ago, he emailed me and said, "Hey, you want to come ride Sun Valley? I'm scouting out for another trip." And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds good." I knew I was going to be on the road and I was going to be heading east at this point, and it was kind of a perfect little 4-day window. And I'm glad I went because we did some cool riding. The views on these rides are pretty incredible. This one, not so much. A couple good views, but further down the road, once I edit those videos and get them to you guys, you'll appreciate it. Hopefully it actually looks good. So lots of fun, lots of flow on this one. It was quite cool. I really liked the high-speed action. Dusty and loose, but still solid for Sun Valley. So thanks for making it happen. I appreciate it. You know, Steve kind of got the hotel room and stuff set up, but the gas in the car is always you guys, and I appreciate it so much. So let's go. So I've made my way back to Sun Valley, Idaho. I was out here years ago. I've told the story a couple times on my channel, but basically back in 2014, I had a shuttle booked to go ride the Castle Divide trail, and then that area became wilderness, so I was not able to ride the Castle Divide trail. But I did ride this area back in 2014. I actually stayed out here. This is the Galena Lodge, the Galena area. And we're above 6,000 feet and climbing, and I'm gonna run out of air pretty soon. So yeah, I stayed in a yurt back here years ago, and it's good to get back and check it out again.
I think right here we're almost 8.
Oh man. I actually don't feel so bad for 8,000 feet. Got Ulin up in front of me here, the owner of Sturt Events in Ketchum, which is the bike outfitter, ski outfitter, the big player in town. And he was gracious enough to take me and my buddy Steve out for a ride today.
I'm the lucky one.
Duck out of work,
That's right.
go for a ride.
Sorry guys, gotta go. No, you guys won't want this job.
Got some networking to attend to. So we just climbed up Psycho Ridge, and now we're on the Grinder. Good names. It was a little bit hazy on the drive up, but now we're looking pretty good. Wildfires are burning everywhere at this time of year. Nice little taste.
This is my buddy Steve up ahead, the owner and the mastermind of Chasing Epic, and that's basically what this trip is all about. We're gonna spend the next 4 days scouting Sun Valley to see if Steve wants to do a trip here next year. First time in Idaho for Steve. The last time I rode my bike, I had that big old handlebar bag on the front, so it's kind of funny. I feel the difference. And the altitude. No more altitude complaints. Okay, I'm gonna talk about the elevation. I'm not gonna complain about the elevation, but I always keep in mind altitude sickness, even though this is like only 7,000 feet. Drinking a lot of water. It's so dry out here. Just kind of overhydrating a little bit. I've had a history of getting headaches and stuff. Like really weird too. When I drive up to Lake Tahoe or when I drive back from Lake Tahoe back home. Always seems to be kind of a altitude induced thing, so I'm always trying to figure out how to beat that. It doesn't happen every time, but it's just another one of those medical mysteries we all have. So if Galena rings a bell to you, it may be because of the cross-country skiing out here, the Nordic aspect. It's like a world-class Nordic destination. Tons of wintertime suffering going on out here. So we ducked off the grinder for a little while. Ulin said this would be a little more fun. Then we're gonna hop back on it in a little bit. Nice. That was a cool run. Hard left to the Gladiator Loop. Cool. I'm not braking. She's got a howl going today. Dusty howl. Woo, yeah. Pumping up the climb. There we go.
What's that? 27 guy. Yeah. I think it's a steer. These new climbs will definitely get more interesting. I was looking at a high tower or a set rock. I'm a big fan of the high tower. You know, I actually don't have much miles on the high tower. I got a good riding on it.
Pretty good looking trail up and down. Looks pretty bi-directional. Oh, land in the mush, all the dirty stuff. Man, how do you beat guys that live at altitude? You have to be significantly more fit. We're gonna grind up this fire load a little bit, get back on the grinder. Okay.
Either way?
Yeah. In the meadow. Begin the push. So we're back on the grinder, and this whole signage is great. You got the star for where we're at right now, and then it's like, okay, Psycho Ridge H somewhere over here, because we were on it before. It's, you know, it's 1.95 miles to get back to it. Very, very cool. Trail forks, of course, but it's nice to have a little paper map sometimes. And that is where we came from. Horsefly Hill. I didn't see one horsefly. Very disappointed. The parking lot was decently busy, I'd say, but we have not seen a soul out here since we started our ride. A lot of land and not a lot of people. This is not the burliest ride, but I'm still glad I wore my knee pads when it's so slippery and loose. These Scotch Soldier 2 knee pads have been pretty decent. I still don't think I've made contact with the ground. No, I have. That crash on Rusty Trombone in Pemberton. I hit the ground and scraped up my ankle, but knee pads did fine. They just get real sweaty real quick. Grind on. cool actually, temp-wise. That sweat is drying, keeping me cool. I'd say probably only around 71, 72, probably less. This really is an awesome two-way road. Man, you can really tell this would be a blast both ways. That is cool. Let me hit that straight up lip on the loosest friggin' trail. Gonna need a little moisture. All right, force me into it. I promise you I'm not breaking in the air. That is so goofy. The freewheel cry. That was cool. Is that really just the dust building up on the brakes like that? It's so clear. I just put new brake pads in. They're done. They're toast. Giving these guys a little room is paying off, but you know I can't help myself. Gotta try to catch up. Brake before the turn. I'll get it someday. Here we go. Nice. Idaho flow. That was pretty good. I think this would make for a pretty good first day of a Chasing Epic trip. Can't be too tough on the first day of a trip. Gotta shake everybody out. Make sure the bikes can take a little bit of a beating. Make sure the people can take a little bit of a beating. And then the second day you go crazy. Getting some jump practice in. I'm actually pretty stoked. I've been messing with a different foot position and it's feeling pretty good. You may know I do a lot of squashing on the jumps. So that was the grinder, and now we're heading on Spring Creek Trail. Oh. Oh, the gap. 2-inch gap jump. Conquered. Yeah. Trying to force the bike. This is like the best jump practice I've had in such a long time. Everything that's in my comfort zone, and then a few things out of the comfort zone. I love that. Oh man, that was definitely out of the comfort zone. Man, there's a dust cloud up there. Steve's gonna be hiding in the bushes here somewhere, taking photos. Gotta look fast. You never look that fast with a gimbal on, I'll tell you that much. Whew. Tell you what, can't spot a piece of wildlife to save my ass on this trip. Seen one bear when I was with Eric when we were in the car in the Chilcotins, and then a couple big deer, but in urban areas. Bike needs a spray down after this ride. Funniest freaking sound. The clown car. Whoa. A little exposure real quick. There's the road. Hell yeah. had to take the time to smell those roses. Ooh, chipmunk. Got my wish. There are some pretty big side options that I'm not gonna hit going in blind. Gotta look at those things first. That last one looked silly. I was trying to carry that speed just the right way. I wasn't expecting another zigzag. Sweet. That was cool, man. Really good flow. Awesome.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was good. That last section, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get that first switchback, and then all of a sudden I exited so much speed, like, ah, dang it. Didn't see it being an S. Almost took out a chipmunk.
Oh, yeah? You picked the worst kind.
Yeah. He was squeaking in protest. That's how you know you're close, is when they start squeaking.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
We have all the prairie dogs out where I
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, I'm gonna wait until you're right in front of me and then I'm gonna run. But I'll tell you this because it's good stuff, the beers and all that good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, that road climb put the hurting on me. Steve lives at 7,000 feet too, so both these guys are on natural EPO. Gotta get my hyperbaric chamber. That was a sweet ride, guys.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That's like exactly what I'm looking for in day one of one of our trips.
Yeah, we would definitely pick everyone up down there.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that last bit would kill some people for sure. But ooh, that was cool.
Yeah, it was a great
Yeah.
ride.
So we've made it back to the old Sturt events, and I'm gonna get my bike checked up real quick. They're still open. It might just need to be washed down, but the howling that was happening in the air and in the berms was no good. So we're gonna have a big day tomorrow. Get a little shuttle going, and I'm digging Sun Valley so far. So thanks for watching, you guys. I'll see you on the trail.